Waka 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 and hello motherfuckers. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Citadel of NewChurch. I'm your host Captain, here to go over our latest war that we had arranged for the holiday weekend with HB. We are both within the minor league clan wars. They are in the Grand Warden League while we are in the Barbarian League, which means we do have nines. They do not, but we did try to get some people to join us to help get the numbers made for this nice fancy war. I do believe it was a collaboration between NewChurch, Pakistani clan, and Black Hand Side as a whole. So it was very nice of this war. We agreed no dip and no bats, so that means the Ice Golems were flowing within the CCs, and the Slammers were all in full force for the attacks. And again, major kudos to these guys. They did phenomenal at Town Hall 11. Unfortunately, they didn't get all of the 10s cleared. We did, so that was almost the deciding factor right there. With that out of the way, we do have a couple people that had some 6-packs. We have Asi at number 15. We got Eliza at number 16. We have the Grocer there at number 17. And we got Sivas at number 27. As far as people who had some shit hits, and I use that with air quotes because they unfortunately got 99s, we have Mubeen there at 34. We have Arslan there at 25. We have Lele there at number 23. We got the Green Goblin with a 96 at 13. We got Chastity Foil with a 99 at number 12. And Captain Ahab was the king of all the shit hits because he did get very nice percentage, but 1-stars don't win wars, especially when they're already scouted. Wow. So, all in all, great war. Much appreciated to the HB family for putting this on. Getting into the attacks, we're going to start with number 3 with Undeniable. It was a 12v12. It was, ironically enough, our first 12v12 that we did, I do believe. So he starts his AQ walk over there at 11 o'clock with the baby funnel. He's going to want her to go from 11 to go down that alley with the BK coming in towards that cannon to help push for her to go in. Unfortunately, the healers are going to come into range of this Inferno tower, but they will survive, so that way he can keep mowing down with everything that goes on. Obviously, the Grand Warden was meant to stick with the Hogs, but with the way that the healers were unfortunately taking a little bit more than he expected, he did have to drop him down, even though things were good to go. Anytime if I was to try this attack, the Grand Warden would jump over to the Barbarian King for whatever reason, potentially screwing me out of my attack. He has the Rage Poison dropped, so that way the pops are going to be handled. Taking his time, making sure they're all gone before she keeps going down. Still in the Rage, so she's going to annihilate this Expo. I lie. Now she annihilates the Expo in 3 hits. And then as soon as the Archer Queen is about to go down in nice 4 hits, that's when he pops her ability to help speed her up in order to get to that Eagle. So as soon as it's about to go down, he can start his Hogs there from 11 o'clock going clockwise. He does drop the Rage for the Archer Queen to help speed her up for that back end cleanup. Unfortunately, does hit the double giant bomb right there at 130, but he has the heal nicely placed. Has Hogs in the Slammer, so as that thing is slightly tanking for some Hogs, it's going to keep going. Tornado Trap, not the greatest of placement because the Hogs are still hitting it as they're going in the circle. So even though the spell was going on, the trap was still going on, the Hogs were taking it out. So he has a Tesla farm, unfortunately, to try to handle there at 6 o'clock with no more heals or a Grand Warden, but he has enough Hogs to make it work. He's also got a bunch of cleanup over here at 3 o'clock. His Archer Queen is still doing business up top. He has a couple Hogs to go to the mortar up to the Archer Tower. So that was nice. Unfortunately, hits another giant bomb for the Tesla farm, but at this point, he still has so many Hogs up that it's just going to remove all of that kind of stuff going on and general cleanup at this point. So well done to Undeniable. For our next attack, we have LB, who did his Hog attack on number 7. He's going to haste some loons over there at 9 o'clock onto the mortar, then the Archer Tower and the cannon, helping remove all that stuff to get the insured funnel. that he's going to push right there at 7:30 at that mortar. Couple naked loons over there. Move the screen a little bit. At the cannon to help ensure the golem won't retarget to be a complete nuisance. And the wizard's right behind. Unfortunately, that wizard is going to bite the dust, but he gets that building that he needed, so they can go from gold storage, and then bounce inside behind the ramp. BK is acting as the new golem on a wall because why not? There's the Dragon Ice Golem CC. Seeing a lot of those. That is the new meta if you haven't caught on. Rages the kill squad. Ice Golem is busy trying to jump walls, being a complete inconvenience at this point, not really achieving much in life. The freeze does trigger, but the hogs are already tanking there for the Archer Queen. Couple Valks up there tanking for the Queen as well, so while she was in the freeze, she's good to go. She's going to keep going right down that alley, following the hogs. They're still over there at 4 o'clock, going counterclockwise. Nicely inside the heels, Grand Warden right behind him, not following a wizard for whatever reason, because he's a douchebag. Queen is going to help with this nice eagle kill, speeding that thing up so he can't get another shot off. Still has the AQ ability, still has a heal, with a few defenses that are left with so many hogs. BK, unfortunately, is going to survive while the Queen was trying to take him out. So he just drops the heals to make sure that all these hogs have full health. It's going to be one shot about to get the hit in Tesla, to get to the Wizard Tower. Does trigger a giant bomb, but at this point, his hogs are still well aware of the situation. I'm going to take out the BK when he finally does retarget, and bam, he's dead, sitting almost on top of the wall. General cleanup at this point. Well done to Mr. Albert. Our next attack is City with number 10. With, yet again, another hog attack. We did do 50-50 with these hits. It was air and ground. So despite what Supercell was saying, there's going to be more ground love. In this war, there actually was. So, woohoo. Slowly taking his time with the minion drop, making sure that his plan is good to go. Then he starts doing his kill squad entry over there towards 7 o'clock. Can't read a clock at the moment. Derp. He's going to try to come in right there at 6. Ram's going to take a slight angle to make sure that everything's going to walk in, not out, because why not? So many wizards there for the funnel that even though the golems are finally dissipated, it's going to be enough to make sure that everything goes inside to that core. Has a Dragon Witch CC, which is actually pretty nice to see from time to time, not just Dragon Ice Golem. Gets the nice tome. AQ and BK also have their abilities, so as soon as he feels ready, he's just going to trigger them and just shaboop all over the place. Eagle goes down to the nice Velks. Velks are still somewhat in the rage to get half damage to that wall before he starts doing his hogs over there from 9 o'clock going clockwise. Need to pay attention more to the tablet rather than the PC that I'm recording on. Sorry. Hogs are still going from 10:30 clockwise. Has 2 heals in the bag. His AQ has the ability, so she's going to take out the bomb tower and the Inferno tower, basically negating all of that damage the hogs would potentially take. The Grand Warden triggers another giant bomb, so kudos to him. Hogs only got, 4 defenses left. They do hit another giant bomb, but he still has a heal. At this point, it's almost cleanup. Triggers the heal to make sure that they're full health, so that way, during the cleanup, they're going to be healthy, happy, nice little freshy bacon. So kudos to the city. And for our next hit, we have Gabbar with number 13. I do believe he starts over here at the 9 o'clock region when he's ready. When he's ready. There he goes. Dropping the nice early wizards to help get the funnel. Has the ram directly in behind. Gonna target that mortar, take it out with a couple shots with that wizard helping out. Sole purpose of the ram is just to simply tank. I do believe he has loons in that ram. No, I'm dead wrong. Just old-fashioned Valks. Woohoo. Doesn't quite get that third air defense down, but he don't care. His kill squad is going to get it. BK unfortunately takes a diversion, so the queen is going to have to tackle that cannon and the dragon at the same time. The poison will eliminate that witch. AQ will survive enough to get to that air defense and the archer tower and the other air defense before she drops with her last dying breath. He starts his electro dragons over here from 9 to 12 o'clock with the one over there at 1 o'clock for the funnel, pushing in behind with the warden. One hound to tank, basically making sure everything's good to go. Freeze for the air sweeper and the Inferno, but unfortunately didn't quite nail it. Still just got to keep pushing in. Rages for the Eagle and the Archer Queen, freezes her. He could have potentially nailed that Expo 2 now that I see it, but hey, he still got the 3. I can't care. He's good to go. Has 2 Electros over there with the Frozen Inferno to help zap all of that shenanigans. So at this point, with all of the dragons that are still up, it is basic cleanup. So well done to Gabbar. With our next attack, we have Vishwa at number 18. If I can hit the button, apparently. Don't mind the numbers. They are growing because they are doing a whole bunch of FCs at the moment. I do believe they are playing around with Dragon Bats for the lulz just to see how OP it is, and yes, it is. So with this attack, it's Mass P.E.K.K.A.s. He's got a whole bunch of freezes and the Dragon Ice Golem CC. So the ram is slowly but surely going to break its way in. All those P.E.K.K.A.s are going to collapse into this core, taking out everything that's in there. Unfortunately, skeletons pop, but hey, it is what it is. First time I watched this attack live, I thought it was funny. I thought he accidentally froze his own ram, thinking something was going on. But hey, that was the Ice Golem, so I'm retarded. Drops the heal for when the ram is about to explode. Has the bowlers inside of it. Drops the rage. Gets these nice bounces going all over the place. Still has the hero abilities, freezing the northernmost Inferno tower to help make sure everything survives. All these P.E.K.K.A.s beat through that wall in basically one hit, and now they're outside walking. AQ is going to keep shooting random walls for the lulz as these P.E.K.K.A.s just keep going around. Still has the hero abilities in the bag. She finally beats through the wall, pops her ability to get the Inferno tower, gets the Wizard tower, and then good to go. So great job to Vishwa. For our next one, we have JD Mind Tricks. This one, he's just going to do an AQ charge. She's going to slowly but surely be taking her time, going counterclockwise with the Wendell for the funnel, Wizard for the funnel, Slammer in to make sure that some of these defenses can drop. Unfortunately, with a single target Inferno, it will drop once it hits this Wizard tower, but that's all he cares about. Because look at the loons, here we go. Whee! Archer tower is down, Inferno tower is down, and they're just going to keep right on moving. Speed this little part up because the AQ is going to be taking time killing those skeletons. Slowly but surely making her way in, poisons the CC loon. And as soon as that loon drops, he's going to keep right on moving. He's going to drop the BK for the funnel to help ensure that these wall breakers are going to go in towards the expo compartment. Although it's going to be more of the junction right there at the air defense in the expo. Drops the 1 to make sure that nothing's going to really harm it. Nails it, so he drops more. And then from here on out, the BK abilities pop to help ensure that she's not going to keep following. And that way she's going to go directly into this enemy Archer Queen. She's going to go down at 3 shots. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. And then from here on out, he starts his low over there by 8 o'clock. Going clockwise. Woohoo! All these loons are collapsing on these air defenses at the same time. As soon as the Hound pops, drops the Rage to help speed these guys up. Has 6 wall breakers in the bag. The Queen was never in range of that other Inferno tower, which was really nice. Tries dropping the wall breakers to help speed them up with the Archer Queen, but unfortunately they go all the way over there where she's not even close to being. But hey, he has more than enough loons, more than enough pups and minions to help with this cleanup. So well done to him. For our next attack, we have Elisa there at number 20. Has the baby over there at the 1 o'clock region for the funnel. AQ is going to be slowly but surely taking her time with trying to go counterclockwise, I do believe. BK to help with the funnel. That way her sole purpose is just to simply go to the Wizard Tower, Wallbreaker in, so that way she can actually reach the Inferno Tower as well. With the freezes, it's going to guarantee it drops. Tries to get the second layer in. Drops the Rage to help speed that up, and nails it. Wizard Towers are locked onto the Barbarian King, so she's going to go in and snipe them down with free hits, poisons, and rages to help speed this little process up. Freezing the Expo on the healer to help make sure that she's going to be nice and healthy. Rages the few that are still outside the Ice Golem range to make sure she's going to be healthy going into the enemy Archer Queen. It's going to be simple 3 hits. As long as she has over half health, she's good to go. Another 1, 2, 3, and that enemy Archer Queen is dropped. Pops the ability, helps speed that up. And then from there on out, drops the Slammer there at 6 o'clock for the tank, as a whole bunch of hogs are coming in from 7:30, going counterclockwise. Queen is going to go down that alley, getting a whole bunch of value. Although she only has 1 healer on her, she will drop. But hey, she does nail another 3 defenses along the way, which is really, really nice. She more or less drops to the skeletons and the giant bombs are unfortunately there, but oh well. Still has a heal and a freeze in the bag. He ends up needing it to help these hogs get back around to the cleanup for that Barbarian King. Tries dropping the heal for another potential giant bomb placement and nails it. But unfortunately hits another area with a giant bomb and a whole bunch of skeletons, which is going to be a minor inconvenience. From here on out, it's simple cleanup. Just poison freeze the BK once enough troops are on top of them. And then simple cleanup on the central CC, and he has it. So well done to Elisa. The next one we have is Aussie at number 21. Looking at his number 15, Derp. Loon to tank for the Slammer going in. It's going to fight the Sweeper, but since it's not a single target, it's going to be fine and dandy. He avoids the Air Sweeper. The Loon unfortunately does not. Slammer goes kind of way out of the way. He was hoping to go into that Wizard Tower compartment, but the recovery that he has for this attack is completely OP. One of the Valks is doing the cleanup on the outside. A whole bunch of them try to go back in to get to that air defense. The other one says, screw it. Hits the giant bomb to her death. Ice Golem is triggered. Has the baby trying to help speed up with this funnel, so that way when he deploys his heroes, they can go directly to this air defense. Whoop! To also be within the range of this Archer Queen, and nail that. The baby is also an MVP of this attack. He does survive the entire raid. Wizard Tower and Inferno Tower be damned. So once the Ice Golem is dropped, he's going to send his heroes in. The Giants aren't necessarily for the BK, but more or less the Archer Queen. BK is going to take out the Queen. And then his jobs just basically suffice waiting for the queen to move over and target onto the dragon, moving more towards that region. Drops the hogs over there from 430 going counterclockwise. Giants are now starting to tank for the queen as she's going to snipe some of these buildings. She's going to bounce towards the CC out of range. Ooh, nope, I'm a dirty liar. Once the CC drops, she bounces behind the Giants there and takes out a bunch of those defenses, helping these hogs with their attack. At this point, he still has another heal. They are all over the place taking out all these defenses, still within that heal. Pops her ability to take out the BK and the Wizard Tower. So when all these hogs collapse onto the multi-target, he is good to go. So well done to the Aussie. For our next attack, we have Raphael at number 22s. This is an Electron with no longer the blimp. May it rest in peace with the Slammer. The Loon to tank for the Slammer coming in. Which actually does pretty well with this push despite going directly into an air sweeper. He does get the Wizard Tower down before it finally does decide to drop. Rages it up, so these cloned Loons and the Electro are going to take out that Queen and all these extra defenses with little to no hesitance. The one single Loon triggers the two red bombs, which is really, really nice. The Electro Dragon, I think, also survives the entire raid, so well done to him, getting all these nice zaps. Heroes are over there at the 12 o'clock region, trying to get to that air defense and a couple of extra ones. Anything else is pretty sweet. Whole bunch of chains coming on with that Electro. So all of those defenses down there at the 430 region are nice and warm and toasty for when he starts his La Low. He unfortunately does trigger the Hound Loon CC, which is fine and dandy. Drops a pre-haste, so that way these Loons are going to take out the Archer Tower Expo, so everything's going to be good to go into the Inferno like he wants with the main core of his plan. Lalo going counterclockwise, whole bunch more coming in at the 10:30, 10 and 9 o'clock region. The Inferno Tower is still up, but that's not much of a problem since it's single target and almost half health. Those Loons take it out with one drop when they collapse. Air Sweeper be damned, he goes down with one drop. And then from here, he still has two Loons in the pocket with a heal, so he's good to go. Almost basic cleanup at this point. Think he could have swagged the heal, but hey, it is what it is. And the two back-end Loons take out the elixir storage, so the minions won't pop the Hound, which was really, really nice. So well done to him. Our next attack is Ducks there at number 23. Baby for the funnels. AQ starting there at 8 o'clock. Baby soaking up a whole shenanigans full of traps, but it doesn't really matter at this point. AQ is going to take out these few buildings, and then she's going to keep going counterclockwise to join up with the Ram, Barbarian King pushing into this core. Bowler bounces for the nice funnel there. Drops the Golem that helps beat up with the funneling process. So his BK could beat on some of those buildings and then walk over to join with the rest of this attack. Ram nicely placed, right between the Golem and the AQ, so that way nobody could be annoying and try to walk outside going waka waka. A bunch of those bowlers get a nice bounce, takes it out. Woo-hoo! Ice Golem Dragon CC, imagine that. Freezes the Inferno, poisons the CC. Everybody's got to be raged, so that way they're going to keep right on mowing down. Ice Golem, unfortunately, does get the Ram, so I don't think it gets the wall junction towards the Inferno Tower, but the bowler bounces do open it up. So the AQ is going to take out that Expo air defense area, as these bowler bounces are going to take care of everything else. They are going to try to mosey on back out to try to make sure that they don't die. So all these hogs that were dropped over at the 3 o'clock region get a couple buildings before, yes, they do unfortunately bite the dust. AQ still has her ability as soon as she decides to do it, but he's holding it for once he reaches into that compartment with the Wizard Tower and the hidden Teslas. As soon as that wall drops, Queen is in range, pops the ability, speeds this process up, so it's one-shots for each of those defenses. She is unfortunately going to target some skeletons along the way, so those hogs are going to unfortunately peter out before the Tesla drops with those skeletons. At this point, simple cleanup. So again, well done to Ducks. Our next attack is WBW at number 26. Free funneling there with the goblins there at 9 o'clock. AQ is going to go 10 o'clock counterclockwise. Yeah, I know. Minor spoiler alert. She was meant to go clockwise, but yeah, she just kind of does what she wants. His reaction time was very sweet. It's a symmetrical base, so he very well handled it. Opens up that wall junction with the wall breakers. AQ is going to go right in there into the hizzles. AQ is going to take some slight damage from the BK, but with her healers all still nice and handy dandies, they're going to be good to go. BK is doing his thing with the funneling. 2 expos on the Queen isn't not so much. Waiting on the Rage to make sure it'll be nice and ready for when the CC is about to trigger. Whoop. Unfortunately, it's a Hound Loon, so he misses the healers, but it doesn't matter. The Loon is going to drop from the poison. Gets a good amount of those pups in the poison. The ones that are unfortunately are not. He does have the minions on the backside to help clean those up. And he's going to start a couple over there at the 1030 region for the mortar. Clean up minions. More skeletons pop, so it's unfortunately taking longer for his queen. Drops the jump, so that way she goes directly into the enemy archer queen. Still has the ability to pop as soon as she gets in range. The Slammer is unfortunately targeted by that Tesla, but then as soon as it drops, goes right back to what he was hoping to do with his Lalo. Pops the ability right on the cusp of when she was going to die, so well timing to him. All these loons are collapsing onto these defenses. The Slammer is pushing forward. Unfortunately, not so many people went to the Inferno Tower, so the Slammer will come over and try to nab it. Queen is taking out more of the air defenses to help out. The healers are still well and toasty. Nicely placed haste, so all these loons with the Slammer are going to keep right on mowing. Pops the Slammer just for the sakes of shits and giggles. And clean up at this point. So well done to WBW. Our next attack is the Mubeenies at number 28. I do believe this was the final Town Hall 10 that we had to clean. So he's going to start over there, 7 o'clock, trying to do the nice AQ walkings. Baby for the funnel. Unfortunately, that Rage was just slightly out of the range for the healer, so he has to pop the ability. He's still G to G. The Slammer is going to open up the nice wall compartment for this Queen to go in. Even though I do believe his Valks are the ones that take out the Queen and not really his, so it was just extra pushing that he did. As soon as that dragon is about to pop it, that's when the Ice Golem finally decides to join the party. AQ is there to take out the dragon. Valks be damned, they're going to bounce back outside, joining that baby trying to do with the funneling. Ice Golem does get the freeze on the healers, but unfortunately, or for us, very luckily, those Valks are the ones that are tanking for the Queen at this point. So now they swap over to the Valks tanking for her as she's shooting that Expo freely. He starts his minions over there at 430, going counterclockwise with this nice steady push. BK for the funnel. Very well done. That Wizard Tower right here towards the 5 o'clock region is going to be the slight minor inconvenience. Haha, minor. But he has a couple that do bounce back over there and help out. The Queen is shooting random walls. As soon as that CC drops, she will go right back to the Valks area and try to nab some of these defenses. Skeletons be trapped. Friggin'. So she's going to take some time and some damage trying to take them out. The healers finally retarget back to the Urger Queen like they were meant to be. And then she can just slowly but surely be taking out a whole bunch of this stuff. So with the healers back on her and nobody targeting her, she's back to full health. Back end loons, taking out these defenses. Has a bunch of miners still floating. Well done to Mubeen. Our next one is the funniest one of this war, because if you notice with me, he apparently has forgotten to include his Inferno towers. So this was technically a free hit. So with this attack, he is going to be doing his baby funnel there at 7, AQ at 6, going counterclockwise. Has room for the wall breaker entry, hoping to get this AQ killed nice and dandy. Traps the rage that helps beat her up during that double cannon because he can do some damage. Hidden Tesla be damned, 3 shots on the AQ and she drops like a sack of shit. BK is going to make sure that these wall breakers are going to open this junction. Does trigger the small bomb there, so they will get that junction open. Hoping for the second layer as soon as that BK can take down that storage. He is taking his time because he's a royal douche. Wall breakers retarget because he took too long. But he does get the junction open over there, so that way she can keep moving forward into the core of this base. Wizard actually goes over and gets the builder hut. Very nice. AQ is staying on the inside of this track. She will be able to get to the back end air defense. Unfortunately, not so much the other one. Ice Golem Dragon finally pop out of the CC, but that air defense is going to wreck her. Lalo is going in. The Slammer is tanking as well as the Hounds. The Loons tranquilly getting behind. Hasting them ever so slowly. So they're going to get to air defense, air sweepers, and then join right back up. And at this point, he has so much swag because, yeah, he forgot to do, add the Inferno towers to this attack. So it was basically a free hit. So well done to Miller Time. And for our last attack, we have mine, another 32, Raza Ghoul. The attack before me was one of the people mentioned on the air quote shit attacks that had the 98. He almost nailed it despite having things slightly go out of his way. The AQ survived on his attack, so I just had minor changes, but unfortunately for me, a whole bunch of things changed. So I have the Slammer trying to go into that junction more towards the Wizard Tower. Unfortunately, not so much. The Loons will make up for that. My AQ, or my enemy Archer Queen, is going to drop. Baby is doing way too much of this funnel over there at the 6 o'clock region. Dragon is going to be up as well for the rest of this attack. I forgot the funnel for the heroes to go into towards those wizard towers. They're going to walk on the outside. And my Lalo is going to go in there instead. The baby is still sticking up, trying to take down that elixir storage. Slowly fighting that sweeper. And then here I come with my Lalo. BK slowly but surely taking his time. Electro Dragon behind the Hound is going to be enough to get a nice couple zaps. So a bunch of these Lunars, all I need to do is haste. They're going to eventually go right to that Inferno Tower, drop it with that one Loon's death. Ha ha ha. Whole bunch of more Loons coming in counterclockwise from the 12 o'clock regions. Dropping the last haste to get into that air defense. And at this point, I still have a whole bunch of Loons, the Electro Dragon, both hero abilities, even with the Inferno Tower, I'll be more than enough to take care of this base. Holding on to the abilities for the heroes to reach over there and the 2 minions for cleanup. King drops before he can even touch my Archer Queen. A whole bunch of loons are still on the outside of this base, courtesy of the one Air Sweeper. The Electro Dragon is doing my cleanup in the center of the core. I didn't even have to drop the minions to fight the Sweeper in that direction. Have a loon tanking for the Electro Dragon. Having the hero abilities almost swagged at this point. Popping their abilities just to basically speed things up. And it's good to go. And that will wrap up our recap for this war. Again, kudos to HB for allowing us to have this fun holiday war for the season. You guys did very well at the 11s, and we hope you further luck in the Grand Warden League of Minor League Clan Wars. And with that out of the way, I hope you guys have a happy holidays and have a good one.